Accept the challenges so that you may feel the exhilaration of victory. General George S. Patton.
The 30th Budweiser Shootout goes to the National Guard Impala, Dale Earnhardt Jr. And the second checkered flag for the Sprint Cup cars in Speed Weeks, Dale Earnhardt Jr. again.
On February 9th, Dale Earnhardt Jr. took his National Guard 88 car to victory lane in his first ever race with Hendrick Motorsports at the Bud Shootout. Then he followed it up with another victory at the Gatorade Duel on February 14th. He was 2 for 2 with his new team. The 2008 season may have begun with a bang, but it was a difficult road for Dale Earnhardt Jr. to go down.
Where will Dale Earnhardt Jr. be driving in 2008?
Dale Earnhardt Jr. announced he'd be leaving DEI.
He wanted 51% ownership. He couldn't obtain that, and he's looking for greener pastures.
The entire marriage between himself and Budweiser will come to an end.
Where will he be next season, and could he be part of the ultimate NASCAR dream team?
He will go to Hendrick Motorsports in 2008.
But only last spring, things were far from being this certain. And now, shifting gears, presented by the National Guard.
I've told you all season long that when we have something to announce that we would announce it, so we're calling this press conference here today to announce that after a year of intense negotiations and intense effort on behalf of Dale Earnhardt Incorporated and JR Motorsports, that we decide that it's time for us to move on and seek other opportunities to drive for a new team in 2008.
I don't know if there was any doubt going into my mind that I needed to make a change.
It's just very overwhelming that Dale's change was so impactful and such a big deal to so many people.
I did talk to, several of the top teams and spent a lot of time in serious thought about it, and it is what it is.
It became apparent to me the man I wanted to drive for. I've known him since childhood. He competes with integrity, and most importantly, he wins races. I feel like this decision will give me that opportunity, and hopefully I can give my fans what they expect and deserve, and have a whole lot of fun along the way. And so today, it is with
great honor to introduce my new boss for 2008, Mr. Rick Hendrick.
We made the deal. We know that for the next 5 years that Dale's going to be with us.
I think we picked, the foremost, best race team that's in the sport right now, and their history speaks for itself.
It didn't take long for Junior to get going with Hendrick Motorsports at Speed Weeks in Daytona. But as those who follow NASCAR know, the Daytona 500 is no ordinary race.
Yeah, the Daytona 500 is an important race. A lot of people down here to see it, and I think the reason why it feels so big is because of the attention, and the drivers feel, the pressure from the attention.
In his first race since leaving his father's company, Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, Junior delivered with grace and style by winning with his new team at Hendrick Motorsports in his first ride for his new boss, Rick Hendrick.
All right, y'all, have fun. Appreciate y'all building this car for me. And see what we can do with it. It's a great, beautiful race car.
Good luck, Junior. We've been waiting a long time for this, buddy. Have some fun.
All right, then. Good luck, TJ. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, 10 bucks. Good luck.
Have a good time there, bud. Just let it eat. We're the first pit stop. During that animation, we're gonna go live on the pit stop. So just be ready to do that so you can be fresh and ready to go on the green flag. Good luck on the pit road there.
Ain't no telling who'll be back here. Still outside, 41 car there. About to go on the run here. Nice and smooth job here, guys. Do our forward, go get it. And away. 5 right there. 4, 3, 2. Come on. Right there.
The night's final pit stop brought the team's first great test. They aced it, boosting Junior into second place and giving him a chance to take the lead down the stretch.
Go. Clear to the grass. Go to the grass. Clear to the grass. 4,000 second gear here. Don't speed. 4,000 here. 4,000 to the cone there. You're all clear. Good stop, guys. Awesome job. Good job. Doesn't beat you but a couple twos. You're good.
We had a good pit stop, and we hadn't had any, active pit stops with this team, and I didn't know how prepared and competitive the guys would be, and they got us out second, so it was great. We were the first car on new tires, first car on 4 tires, so it was that was a great feeling. That made me pretty motivated to keep it up there.
I mean, they got a piece of the wall.
Banging on each other.
He got a hit from Casey Mears.
Look at Jeff Gordon going backwards. He got in the wrong line.
It'll be a lap to go.
Jimmy drafting with me to help me win. That was big because of our teammates, and we're new teammates and trying to, win the race, and he's trying to win the race, and it's just, it was a good feeling having him be the guy that back here, knowing that, it's always great to have a teammate in the mirror. You're going to get a little extra support, and he was there.
And the 30th Budweiser Shootout goes to the National Guard Impala, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
In an instant, all the promise and potential was transformed into reality. And already, Junior's mind was looking toward a bigger goal.
Hey, good job, boys. What a race car. This is probably a 500 winner y'all got here. Just don't know it.
1 for 1, a perfect record, and a win that took the pressure off of 2 juniors, Earnhardt and crew chief Tony Uri Jr.
You're Junior. Yes, sir. Good driving Chad, buddy. Congratulations. Thanks, man. That was a blast. What a way to start our deal, baby. I don't know what to say. I don't either. Get your ass fixed lane, boy. Do something amazing, man. I agree.
I think this is the start of a beautiful relationship.
The burnout is a time-honored NASCAR tradition, but Dale Jr. wasn't just cranking out smoke. He was also blowing off some steam, releasing the pressure valve of the past 10 months. Even the boss was feeling better, relieved to see his master plan becoming reality.
Well, he's just got so much talent, and I know why people like him so much, because he's just a great guy. And so, I'm so excited.
Victory Lane became Validation Lane, where all the doubts about Junior's move went away.
Yeah, the Victory Lane celebration, man, it was hard to believe. I just couldn't, it was just hard to believe that we had won the race. And after everything that had happened all year long, it was real hard to believe that we were going to be able to celebrate that win. And how everything played out is just surreal, man. I guess, couldn't believe it.
After 62 races of not getting to Victory Lane, Junior got there in his first race with his new team. His excitement was contagious as fans, crew members, and new team owners shared in the glory of the moment. A moment that took hard work and was very well deserved.
That was fun. I mean, the shootout is a neat race. and I had a blast those last few laps. I got some great help from my teammates. I didn't win the race without Jimmy pushing me. Just didn't win it. So thanks to him and Chad and those guys for working real hard to get that car ready. As a back up. Thanks to my team. They had a great pit stop, got us out second. Thanks to everybody at Hendrick Motorsports. The National Guard, huh? That's awesome. And everybody that's helping us, Sony, Adidas. I hope the fans enjoyed that. Wow, man, it was fun. I'm so happy. I'm a new team, Victory Lane, man. It don't get no better.
Whoever said he was going to lose fans? I think he gained some more.
On NASCAR's most famous speedway, people lined up to congratulate Dale Jr., and Jr. had a chance to say thanks to the real heroes.
I always got confidence, but you know, the win just makes it easier to take the week on and makes it easier to look forward to the rest of the week. And you want to come down here and have a little success and start the season off right, and it's a good deal to pump the team up for the rest of the year.
From his corporate teammates to his teammates on the track, everyone wanted in on the moment. After many months of speculation, Junior Nation finally saw what he could do with the proper car, teammates, and ownership behind him.
And the 30th Budweiser Shootout goes to the National Guard Impala, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Yes, sir.
Even his teammates were happy to see Junior do so well so early.
It's cool having all three Hendrick cars. We had all four nose to tail for a while. So as things unfolded there, I'm certainly going to work with my teammate, and Junior's one of the best in the draft, so it was cool working with him, trying to keep that other manufacturer from winning and that other home improvement store from winning. That was the main goal.
You know, they promote Hendrick Motorsports, and we would do the same thing if the shoe was on the other foot. It just happened to be that we were in the right place, right time, and but I mean, we've shared all information all weekend, trying to let everybody know what we got, and and we know what they got. So it's been it's amazing the teamwork that you have over here.
So far, we all feel really comfortable with each other. We're sharing a lot of good information, and obviously it showed out there last night. We had a good chance to work together. All of us did at one point. All four cars were together, and it was just a lot of fun. We're having a good time with it. Right now, it's all roses. I'm sure we're having our ups and downs, but so far things have been going really well.
It was pretty awesome. I mean, to go ahead and get that out of the way, kind of get a win, and just prove to ourselves that this is where we need to be, and pump up all these guys. It's pretty amazing that it happened. It's almost like a storybook.
That was very cool. I know they were all feeling a lot of pressure, and really excited about this year. And he's been awesome coming in, and the way he's handled himself, the way he's fit in with the team.
It's great for him to come out in his first time with Hendrick Motorsports and get a win right out of the gate, and to know that we're all working together and trying to help with that as well. So obviously we all wanted to win ourselves, but to have one of the Hendrick Motorsports cars win was huge, and I think there wasn't a lot of skeptics, but there was probably a few that were saying, hey, can Dale Jr. do over at Hendrick Motorsports? And obviously he proved right out of the gate he can. So it's going to be a lot of fun this year.
It was big, and it's great to come in and to see the effort that Hendrick Motorsports has put in, that Tony Jr.'s put in, Rick, and see that all come together. Success kind of bonds a team like nothing else. So in hard times too, and for sure throughout the course of the season, those times will come in and really bond the team even more. But come out of the gate to give that team the confidence and the direction they're going is everything, and I'm happy for those guys.
It's always the same for me. If I can't win, I want my teammates to win, because I love Rick Hendrick. He's the greatest car owner you can ever drive for. And I think, Junior's, he's feeling that pride to be able to carry that banner of Hendrick Motorsports, and he knows how good the equipment is. He's having a blast. It's cool. He was like a kid in Victory Lane, and you love seeing that anytime.
I'm very proud of him. I mean, I think we all know that he's a great race car driver, and I'm happy that he's at Hendrick Motorsports, and we're able to put him in stuff that can go out and win.
Just keep winning. I mean, your expectations, you want to win every race, but it's kind of impossible, but in this day and age, so we just try to win as many races as we can, keep having fun, and focus on the future.
Dale's fans, who may have had some doubt before the season started, now see the potential of Junior in his new ride.
I think Junior's back.
He's back.
Yeah, I think so, man. I do. I think now that he's with Hendrick Motorsports, it's giving him a little boost of confidence now, and he knows that with the equipment that he has underneath him now and the teammates, and just, Hendrick's been doing really well, so I think he is back, man. I think he'll have a good year.
Junior never left.
He never left. This is great. It was a great Budweiser shootout. Perfect. That's exactly what he needed. That's what NASCAR needed, just to see him back in victory lane, and what better place right here than the Daytona.
I watched the whole thing, and he was on rails. Couldn't be beaten last night.
Him and Tony out there dueling together remind me of his dad when they and Rusty Wallace and the Bonnie boys were in Richmond one time. It was back and forth, back and forth. Wonderful, wonderful show.
Following Junior's victory in the shootout, Tony Stewart gave praise of historical proportion.
I'm pretty happy. I mean, it's hard to beat Dale Jr. I mean, he's one of the best restrictor plate drivers there's ever been. So, he learned a lot from his dad, and I'm not sure he's not better than his dad, in all honesty, now.
There's nobody better than old Dale.
You can't compare the two. No.
Much as I love little Dale, nobody's better than the big one.
I watched his dad since I was a little kid, and his dad was in an elite group. He's close, but he's not there yet.
I grew up watching NASCAR when I lived up north in Pennsylvania since I was 5 years old. And I watched Dale Earnhardt, and I watched Junior. And I think nobody's going to be better than Earnhardt Sr. Nobody.
I think Dale Jr.'s better than his dad. If not the same, I think he's better. I worked down here with Dale Sr., and he done a lot of amazing things in our race cars. And, Dale Jr., he's took everything that his daddy taught him and just massaged on it, done a little bit better. So it's a different age, different time. That's kind of what it's hard to compare a lot of things, but, he's got a lot of talent.
We're down in Texas, and I'm driving the Pennzoil car, that car over there, and we're going to parents that morning. Seniors in the front seats, I think JR, I don't remember who was driving. And me and Junior sitting in the back seat, and Dale is all over Junior about how to drive the car, what he's doing wrong. He's not in the setup. He got the wrong setup, that big old bar and those springs you got in that car, I think gonna push like a dump truck. He would not shut up. And I'm sitting in the back seat, and Junior's sitting over there, and he's looking out the window, and he's looking around. And finally he leans over to me and he says, "Can you do me a favor? When we get out of the car, will you tell him I know what I'm doing?"
Although such a promise may be premature, Junior doesn't look at it that way. He sees his father as an icon, but more importantly, he was his dad.
He was my dad, and I grew up and he was my father. He raced. I was amazed by his ability, and I saw him as a big icon. I saw what a lot of people saw in him, the icon. I was a fan of his just as much as I was his son. I would cheer for him to win the same way the fans cheered for him to win, But the thing about it was, when he won, I got to go to victory lane, I got to go down in there and get in victory lane, which was the biggest perk. But I don't know, I think, but, it was hard because when he'd come home, you saw him all weekend and be this big, great thing, and then he'd come home and it'd be hard to get transition back to, looking at him as a dad. But I didn't go to every race, so, it was fun. When I would sit at home and listen to it on the radio, you just couldn't wait for him to get home, but you cheered for him, but you weren't there to see the spectacle side of it, to see the grandeur of him as this race car driver. As your dad, you were hearing on the radio, running third or whatever. But when you'd go to the racetrack and see people and the way they acted around him and the way they treated him and respected him, and other drivers respected him and looked at him and talked to him, how they talked to him, you knew he was a pretty big deal, You just kind of knew that, you come to the realization that you're the son of someone really insanely cool, he was he was the best at, he just was the best at everything.
I don't know, he's just the best at everything he ever did. Everybody, it don't matter how he did, even if he did wrong, people admired the hell out of him. Just, you see Earnhardt flip that bulldozer, man? That was the coolest freaking bulldozer flip I've ever seen, People would just, even when he made mistakes, people just were in awe of it. I don't know how he did that. He was just lucky. But I'm lucky to have known him as good as I knew him. I was really lucky.
Everybody wants to grow up and be a rock star, and I didn't get the rock star gig, but I got something kind of close.
Everybody thinks he sleeps till noon, and he wakes up and has a pizza, and there's really a lot more to him than that.
Junior Nation lets everyone know why Junior has skyrocketed to icon status.
His popularity, his acceptance, I think are really, really critically important to him.
Being true to himself is one of the things that'll resonate with people and continue for all those people to kind of be on his side and be his fans. And that's what's important in our sport, because the fans are what makes our world go round. They buy the tickets, they buy the stuff, they help Dale Jr. do what he enjoys doing, which is drive the race car.
And he really cares about what the fans think about him and what they say. I mean, that gets under his skin, if somebody's talking bad, they're like, why'd they say that,
One of the funniest things about Dale is his simplicity. Whether it's like on his living room table is a big bowl of candy, and it's got everything in it from Tic Tacs to Fun Dip, just stuff like that, it was really, really simple, pretty much a kid at heart.
He's just Junior. He's just your typical, it doesn't matter how he talks. He's clean cut, but he's not unapproachable, I guess you could say.
Junior's kind of transcended that image that his dad had, and he's the good guy. So he's got the bad guy, all the guys that thought Dale was cool, with that mustache and that grin and that devil may care, to Dale Jr. over here, who's a good kid and handles himself totally different. So he attracted his dad's guys over here, and he got his guys over here, and that's a lot of fans.
I think he's just matter of fact and very real, and I think the NASCAR fan sees that very quickly.
As many people that was here today got turned down trying to get his autograph today, it shows you how the fan base is for Junior. I mean, he's the biggest draw.
Junior's got all these fans, and Junior has all this notoriety. I've never heard him boast about his popularity or who he is or anything else, or how much he has or what he does. He's real humble about all that.
I can't wait to get to the racetrack in Daytona and get to some of the other stops on the circuit and see the fans in the grandstands and cheering us on. And they've been great about supporting us in the past, and I feel like that's just going to be as strong as it has been.
Media Day is always a circus and a driver's least favorite thing to do. And the guy that every media member is here to see has given them plenty to cover.
Right now we're at Media Day in Daytona. We do this every year on Wednesday before the shootout. All the drivers are here. It's cool. You get to say hey to pretty much all of them. You ain't seen a lot of them over the off season.
Sometimes maybe we look for excuses to get Junior in the paper, it almost seems like, because he's that popular. Any rumor, anything that pops up out there, people are going to want to know about it on the internet.
Nobody else gets the attention that Junior does, and quite frankly, I don't know how he even deals with it.
NASCAR makes us do it. The Media Day thing, they make us do it. They think it's just it's accomplishing a whole lot. It don't seem like it accomplishes anything. I could sit in front of print and sit in front of
video in an hour and get it done. Hi, this is Earnhardt Jr., driver of the Amp Energy National Guard Chevrolet, and the only place I race every week is Charlotte's NASCAR station, 103.7 WSOC.
It's good. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
Thanks. You do a lot of media for about 3 hours, so you're moving just really from joint to joint, talking, answering all these questions, a lot of dumb questions. So, but there's some good ones too, and you're so glad when you get that good question.
Do you still have a warm feeling for the number 8 car?
What would that be like if you're in victory lane, except your trophy, your first start for these guys?
Talk about the 50th running of this race. I mean, that's a pretty special moment.
Will this all seem really real to the whole world? Not the 500 races.
I don't know. I can't speak for the whole world. You know, media day is just, it's just boring kind of. It's you answer the same question so many times. All the drivers do it. All the drivers have to put up with it. Getting asked the same questions by the same people. Actually, it's the same question by different people, so which is interesting because they're all doing the same thing. So, really, if you want to get the story, you can watch any channel tonight because they all got the same one.
Yeah, you guys look like an all-star team. You feel that way?
I mean, there's a lot of great race car drivers in this program, and sure, yeah.
You've had wonderful years to return. You've had terrible years to return. Where does this fit in? Now that you're here and you're going to go running.
I feel hopefully we'll get to. It depends on how we do in a race, really.
He's kind of like any of us, I guess. If he's having a bad day, he can give you some short answers. But if everything is going fairly smooth and whatever, he works with you within his time limits and whatever. He'll give you about all the time you need, and he'll give you a straight answer up front. He won't tap dance around different situations, and that's good.
Junior, we appreciate your time today, and best of luck on the new start with Hendrick Motorsports.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, sir. Have a great year. I said thank you, sir. Have a great year.
All right. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate it.
Mike.
Yeah, it's kind of doing the deal. Answering the questions, less dumb questions at this point, or intellectual questions, real questions. No sideburn questions or anything like that. What's next? Speed Channel. Oh, really? I'll take a Pepsi.
You really want to turn it out the new style? Even if I do your hair? What was that?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm Gary Run.
No, that's why I don't ever do anything.
It gets old, but damn, dude, it's a life. It's awesome. I wouldn't. There's days where I tell Casey Mears, man, I'd like to trade with you. But then, I realize that this is about as fortunate as somebody can be in this sport. I don't think anybody else had it as good as me or had it as fortunate as I have. And so I got to be pretty thankful for that. And even if stuff sort of does get old every once in a while, you better be able to check yourself so you can keep your head on straight.
Speed Weeks is full of big events, one of which is the Dual 150s. Junior takes them on as he continues his comeback.
Qualified at Daytona, it is what it is, and your car's gonna go as fast as it goes. That may sound like, well, that's the case everywhere, but there's nothing the driver really can do to make a difference in qualifying, and you just mash the gas, and what you get's what you get.
We're just qualifying to get our starting position for the qualifying races that we'll run next week, and if you feel like you got a shot at the pole, it's pretty cool. Otherwise, you just want to get a decent lap so you can get a decent starting spot in a qualifying race, which I feel like we'll have a chance at winning. So hopefully we don't have any major issues.
After Junior's shootout win, he was very optimistic the next day as he was about to take his qualifying laps. No major issues during qualifying, but during practice a few days later, Junior had engine troubles, and things didn't look good going into the Duel 150s.
Apparently, we had some problems with the front end of the camshaft getting lubricated properly, or the lifters and the way the lifters matched up with the lobes on the camshaft. But it tore the lobes up on the camshaft, and the lifters got tore up a little bit. All the cars had basically the same issue, and I don't know. I was a little frustrated about it, but the thing that was good about it was the response. You know, the effort made by the engine guys to diagnose and correct was really thorough, you know, and I was really happy about that.
After the 88 crew hustled and got the car ready, Junior had a new engine, but he also had a back-of-the-pack starting point for the first race of the Duel 150s.
You see cars dropping to the back that changed engines. That includes pole sitter Jimmy Johnson. There's Casey Mears in the 5, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
But it didn't take him long to make up for lost time.
That's the fans coming to their feet, making the noise for Dale Jr. That was not enhanced audio.
With a crucial late pit stop, the 88 crew once again came through.
5, 4, 3, come on. There.
Green flag pit stops underway in the first duel. Dale Earnhardt Jr. led the field onto pit road. A lap ago, Dick Bergert came on the radio, says, I've got a vibration. I believe I've got a tire chunking.
Hard, go to the grass, go to the grass.
Forward, and time is running out. And oh, by the way, a new leader.
Yeah.
And the second checkered flag for the Sprint Cup cars in Speed Weeks, Dale Earnhardt Jr. again.
Come on, boys. That's the way to do it. Thanks, guys. Good job. Built a good car. Y'all probably listening right now. Y'all built a good car.
I don't know what to say, man. It's unbelievable.
Good job, Rick.
After going nearly 2 years without a win, switched teams, and now he is 2 for 2 here at Daytona.
I'm real proud of my team. They give them a great car. The engine guys worked overnight to bring us the replacement motors down here. They're great, as we see. And I want to thank AM National Guard, all our sponsors, all the fans. That was a fun race. I hope they enjoyed it.
Oh, we did indeed. Everybody wanted to know how this new NASCAR car would run at Daytona. Your evaluation of it?
Okay, honestly, it's got to look great on TV. It's harder to drive, but ain't we supposed to have to work hard, you know? I mean, it's hard to drive, but it's got to look great on TV. It sure is a handful in the car, and it reminds me a lot of old style race cars. I seen the way they slide around and get loose and stuff. So I think it's all right. You know, we'll tone them in and get them better, but so far it got a good grade from me.
It's never this easy. I mean, it's just a lot of hard work from these guys over the winter time. Just being prepared and having a great driver. I mean, that was a move that Dale Jr. used to win the 500 a couple years ago. So he's an awesome driver, and you know, we're just fortunate to have great cars this year to put him in that position. Never easy, no. That was a little bit of work, but somebody's going to win the Daytona 500. I hope it's me. I'm just going to go out there and try to do the best I can. That's what we've been doing all week. My motor guys worked really hard to give us a good motor. We had a little issue in practice. They worked overtime to get us what we could, and it won the race today. Got to give him a lot of credit. My team did great, getting me a good pit stop. I had a good handling car compared to what I saw out there, but I ain't taking any of it for granted. We're going to keep our attitude and keep working hard.
This isn't as big as Saturday, but I wanted to be here this weekend in case we pull something out Saturday or Sunday. So this is fine. I mean, 2 in a row. What else can you ask for, you know?
He is 2 for 2 here at Daytona.
But the car of tomorrow has arrived here in Daytona today. Where Burley V8s once roamed its coastline, now we find out exactly what the car of tomorrow is all about.
The car of tomorrow is the whole new concept that NASCAR has for the race cars of today. Basically, it's just a safer car. Everything is give more space to the driver's cockpit to give them more room to move around in the event of a crash. It's got energy-absorbing materials all the way around the outside, so just a lot more impact resistant, safer for the drivers. ever since 2001, they've really been pushing the Hans devices, the safer helmets, safer fire suits, SFI rating for all the materials in the car for fire safety and things like that. So this was just the next step, is to be able to get away from some of the older technology of the cars and put some new energy absorbing materials and things in there as a mandatory component in the cars. The obvious cosmetic body panels and things like that with the splitter in the front and the wing in the back, that's more just an aerodynamic tuning device and styling cues and stuff. Kind of going more for today's production cars and the current trends of the market. But everything else inside the car that the fans can't see is the roll cage and the seat. And so there's 4 to 6 inches more room there for the driver's elbows and arms to be able to move around. The viewing angles are a little smaller just because of the rear wing in the back and the short hood and things like that. So it's a lot different for the drivers, but starting to adapt to it is becoming the comfort zone. Have a whole new perspective on how they want to tune a race car. The car is heavier, the higher center of gravity in the car because of the way the roll cage and everything is built. It's about 2 inches higher than the old car. So the car rolls over more, it flops over more just because of the extra weight and the extra higher center of gravity. So mechanics have a hard time adjusting because a lot of the components are different from what the old stuff was. The pit crews have to adjust their styles, things people don't even think about because you have to come around the wing on the back of the car now instead of just a small spoiler. You have a splitter in the front to catch the air hoses for the tire changers and things like that. So it's a major change for all the way of everybody thinks.
The deal about Daytona, if you can win Daytona, you're a winner all year long, whether you ever even run another race. So it is the thing as far as race is concerned, and it's all over the world too. That's what's neat. The only race that goes on this time of year anywhere in the world.
When you win that race, all the things that these other guys, you won races, maybe even won a championship, but you never won the Daytona 500, you can't get to that top level. You're still, there's a guy up here that won the Daytona 500 and you didn't, you're going to be under him.
He's on the cell phone to Rick Hendrick.
I told you, man. Hey, I got to go talk to the world here, buddy. Thank you so much. We love you, and this one's for you, man. All right, thanks.
Jeff Gordon, come on out here.
Yes.
Winner of the Daytona 500, youngest driver to do it.
Yeah.
20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Dale Earnhardt will come to the caution flag to win the Daytona 500. Finally, 2.5 miles to history. Jeff Gordon trying to win his second. Dale Earnhardt trying to win his second, but he may have some momentum. Here comes Earnhardt. He's all the way to the bottom, almost in the grass. He slides up the racetrack, and Jeff Gordon will win it for the second time.
Wow. The legacy continues. Dale Earnhardt Jr. wins the 46th Daytona 500.
Jeff Gordon's going to win his third Daytona 500.
Twice, but 3 times.
Jimmy Johnson has won the Daytona 500.
I'm going to dedicate this one to all the haters of the 48 team because we won and we're in victory lane at Daytona for the Daytona 500.
I don't know, how do you put that into words, winning the Daytona 500? I would like to see you try, any of you. It's impossible. What is the most major accomplishment? It's nuts, man, you know? So that's really all the only vocabulary I got. But there aren't words to describe it, man. I mean, the feeling that I got inside of me when I won that race, I didn't have a word for it. And it ain't exciting, exciting don't even get even close. It ain't the greatest day of my life. That's mild compared to how that felt, you know? I mean, it was insane. And I've been asked 100 times, and I struggle every time trying to answer that question because, you know, you don't want to say, man, it was the greatest day of my life. It changed everything. Everybody says that. I don't want to sound like everybody else who won the Daytona 500. It was insane. It was just insane. I could not believe it. I can remember every lap, and especially the last 20. I was leading that race, and I was like, man, there's no way this guy's gonna pass me. So if my car don't break, you know, I'm okay. And I just knew like caution was gonna come out and bunch the field up and ruin it. I just knew something was gonna ruin it, you know, and nothing did. I couldn't believe it. You know, when you, I don't like doing burnouts because it's just hard on the motor and it's just overdone. But so I stopped down at the flag stand because the fans were going ape, and I wanted to feel that, you know, like be that close to that and like get out and be like, holy cow, this place is rocking, you know, there's 200,000 people going crazy. Because I don't think they could believe it no more than I could. I could not believe it. It took me 3 days to believe it was happening to me. Couldn't believe it. That makes sense.
After all the heartaches and headaches over the last year, plus the fear of the unknown, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has handled his transition in life and business one step at a time. And so far, the future is much more clear than ever before.
That's